This right here is my 2018 Ford F-350 Platinum with the legendary, well now legendary, 6.7 liter Powerstroke diesel. And unfortunately, as of right now, she's seen better days. Man, this thing is dirty. I mean, I say she's seen better days. This is a 2018. It's only got 35,000 miles on it. I really just use it for towing once in a while, but most of the time, it sits right here outside my garage. And really, it's mint. It's just dirty. We're gonna change that in this video, but we're also gonna change up wheels and tires and the exhaust. Well, wheels and tires more than once, I think, and get this thing ready for summer. It has been a really long winter here in New Hampshire, and this thing, I don't think I took it through the touchless car wash, I think, once, but other than that, it really hasn't been washed. There is just an inch of brake dust on the wheels. The frame is dirty. The paint is dirty. It's just not looking its best. But at some point over the winter, a little tire company you guys might have heard of, Nitto, reached out and said, hey, do you want to try our new Terra Grappler G3s? And of course I said, sure do. And then the wheels got turning up here about how maybe we could change up at least one of the wheel setups on this truck. And they just showed up the other day. Let's take a look at them. All the way from the Pacific Northwest. Brought the rain with them. Hey, $2,000. At least I got 4 free tie-down straps. Doggy. Ha ha ha. Gonna look sick. Well, here they are, guys, the newest set of wheels and tires for my Super Duty. These are all the way from Oregon. Now, I know it seems crazy shipping 4 heavy-duty truck wheels and tires from Oregon, and it is. It is a little bit crazy. It cost me almost $700 to get them here, but believe it or not, it was still a screaming deal on these wheels and tires. Let me tell you why. Some of you might already know, but for those of you that don't, this particular OEM Ford wheel only came on, I believe, the 24 Plus Limiteds and Platinum Pluses. So not just the regular Platinum, but the Platinum Plus. So pretty rare wheel as is. I've always loved these wheels, so when Nitto reached out with a new tire, I said, you know what, it'd be cool if I could find a set of those limited wheels. Well, it turns out they're basically impossible to find here on the East Coast right now. Anyways, there was one set for sale about 200 miles from here, and the guy wanted like $3,800 without tires. And the prices on eBay are all the same, which is just, for me, for what is likely going to be my winter tire setup, just not worth it. So I made a post on one of the Super Duty pages and said, does anybody have these wheels and tires that they're selling? And some guy in Oregon, of course, on the other side of the country, chimed in and said, yep, I've got them. He said they've got 200 miles on them. I drove the truck from the dealership to the lift shop where I had aftermarket wheels and tires installed. And I said, well, you're on the other side of the country, probably not worth it, but how much do you want for them? And he said, 1,400 bucks. I said, sold. I'll figure out a way to get them here. So brand new OEM Ford limited Super Duty wheels. In my opinion, the sweetest wheel that they have ever put on a Super Duty. especially considering the stuff that they're coming out with nowadays. I just saw the new Carhartt edition wheels. I don't know who's approving these wheels, but, you know, Ford, do better. Point is, these are like the best wheel that Ford has come out with in recent history. With brand new Bridgestone dueler tires, all in, I think I got about $2,000 or $2,100 on these things. They are dirty. They sat outside at his house in a snowstorm, but everything from the lugs to the center caps, 4 brand new wheels and tires, that is a screaming deal. But you know we're not putting them on like this. We got some brand new Nittos going on. Let's go get those. Looks like we blew another seal. Have to fix that later. Oh my goodness, these wheels are so good looking. All 4 of them are completely mint, as you'd expect for 200 miles, but you know, worth the extra logistics getting them here. Super happy with these, all cleaned up, looking mint. And of course, here is the new Nitto Terra Grappler G3. Got these in a 35, 12.5, 20. So we're gonna stuff these on a factory Super Duty wheel, which is a, what are these, 9-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch, I think. Anyways, I got an appointment super early tomorrow morning with my buddy at the dealership to get these things. The duelers ripped off there, and the new Terra Grappler G3s put on there. We'll talk about those a little bit more tomorrow, but for now, let's get these loaded up. Let's get the 4 Nittos loaded up into the short bed Super Duty, and we'll head down to the dealership early in the morning. This baby's getting an upgrade from Old Reliable here. These are good looking wheels too. We'll get these cleaned up tomorrow and put them side by side, but time to put some love into this thing. No, no, not the Fox. Oh, guys, I just doing 75 on the highway here and literally saw a clean Fox body, like straight out of, oh, is this person involved too? Oh, heart's going, man. Saw a clean Fox body, that dark green with the tan top, I think. I'll have to look at the footage. I don't even know right now. Super clean Fox body. Was pulling out my phone to film to show you guys, and all of a sudden stopped traffic in front of me. I literally just almost locked up all 4. Looks like we still have all 8 tires and wheels in the bed, and there was like a Mazda on the side of the road with a wheel under it. I don't know if the wheel fell off the Mazda SUV or it was just in the road, but the Fox body is crunched. Oh, I hate to see that. The guy was ripping off his seatbelt. You can tell he's pissed. I was gonna stop to see if anyone needed help, but I was in a really bad spot. Like, you come over a hill and there was stopped traffic, which is why there was almost another accident involving me. And also there was like 3 or 4 other people already stopped. So it's probably best to just clear out of the area and not make an already dangerous situation worse, but hate to see that. It looked like everyone was all right, but morning commute, man. There was just a Subaru dodging in and out of traffic, getting absolutely nowhere, like, you know, going all over the highway, just trying to get one car ahead. It's stuff like that that causes an accident. I don't know what happened here, but I was just thinking, wow, it seems like someone's gonna get in an accident, and then that happened. But why couldn't it have been, you know, a Toyota Camry? Why did it have to be the mint convertible Fox body? Bummer. The way to start the day. All right, let's carefully continue driving to go get these wheels and tires mounted. Clean. And we didn't get any brake fluid or anything on us, did we? That was close to being bad on the highway. All right, my buddy Raph is gonna mount up those wheels and tires, check in with him when we're done. Got the meats mounted up, 35, 12 and a half, 20s on these beautiful factory Ford, what are these, 8-inch wheels? 20 by 8. China, original Ford part there. But yeah, man, look at these things. I'm absolutely in love with the tread pattern on these new G3s. We'll talk about them more a little bit later, but I was worried that a 12 and a half would bulge on a factory wheel, would look like it has a ton of bulge, but it really doesn't. It looks good. It looks like a truck wheel should. Look at the comparison to the factory tires. These are a 275, 65, 20. So just under, these probably measure out at about a 34 or 34.1, I think, maybe, next to the 35 by 12 and a half. This is what we want right here. I've heard a lot of complaints about these Bridgestone duelers, so we'll post them up for a couple $100 and they can be someone else's problem. We're going with the Nittos. Now, before we bolt these up, as you guys have seen me do with just about every new wheel and tire setup on the channel, we of course are gonna ceramic coat these wheels. They are absolutely perfect. Just a little bit of schmuck on them from the tire machine that comes right off, but we want to ceramic coat these, make sure that they are protected for years to come. Now, I put so much time, effort, and money into getting these wheels here, and they're in such perfect shape. I want to make sure that they stay that way. So we're going to be using only the best wheel ceramic coating, which of course is Gyeon's Q2 rim coating. First, we're going to make sure that the surface is surgically clean using their prep. Simply spray on, wipe off. That's going to make sure that the ceramic coating has something to bond to and properly adhere to the wheel. Apply the coating just like you would any other ceramic coating, making sure you get in all the nooks and crannies. Then wipe off using 1, or I prefer 2, microfiber towels. That's it. Now these wheels are protected. We're ready to put them on. Hello, I see you. Hey, careful with that. He likes new wheels. He's looking. Well, it's a few days later, as things typically go on this channel. I got sidetracked with other projects, specifically my 1969 Camaro. Finally finished the mini tubs on that thing, swap wheels with the C6 Z06. Got some absolute steamrollers on that thing. But now, we are back on the Super Duty. Got these beautiful 20-inch limited wheels, ceramic coated, and the Terra grapplers mounted up, looking fantastic. The interior is all done, cleaned up, ready to roll. All that's left to do is clean the outside, but I can't do that, or shouldn't do that, because it is direct sunlight right now. So while we wait for the sun to go away, I was thinking about doing something. This old tip here. This is obviously the factory 6.7 exhaust tip. These are 4.5-inch slash cut tips. They're dirty right now. Normally they clean up pretty good and they really don't look bad, but on a truck this size, you know, especially with the wide wheels, the wide summer wheels, they almost look too small. You've got these weird little vent things in them. I don't know. I've always had the idea. I've always wanted to try a different exhaust tip. Right now this is deleted, so it's 4 inches from the downpipe back. Still has the factory resonator right there out to the factory tip. I think it sounds absolutely perfect. It's got a nice rumble at idle, makes all the right turbo, whoosh, diesel noises, but on the highway, dead silent, no drone, which a lot of guys who do the straight 5-inch exhaust say there's some drone in the cab. So I don't want to change anything about the sound, but if we could upgrade that tip, I don't know, I'm into it. So boom, look at this honker. This is a dual wall slash cut 304 stainless steel TIG welded tip, 5 inches in, dual 6-inch out, and holding it in my hand, it looks absolutely massive. Almost too big. I remember way back in the day, my first diesel pickup, my 6-liter Powerstroke, I got a 5 to 7-inch exhaust tip, and holding it in my hand, it looked way too big. But then I got it on the truck and it looked perfect. So what I'd like to do, this is a staggered tip because I would like it to follow the body line just like the factory tip does here. And I think that once this is on the truck, hopefully tucked up a little bit tighter. See how much gap is here with the factory tip? I'd love to see if we can tuck it up a little bit more. I think once this is on the truck, tucked up a little bit, there's a chance it might look halfway decent. I don't know, I've seen some pictures of trucks with this exhaust tip and I always thought it looked pretty good. It's a big 1,000 foot-pound of torque, 1-ton diesel. Gotta have a snazzy exhaust tip to match. So I'm gonna hack it off at the tip, do some mock-up. I got a couple of 3.5-inch stainless 90s here because that is what the factory diameter piping is right here. Reason I did that is because, like I said, I might want to tuck this up a little bit more. So if we do that, we might need to get in there, cut a little bit, do a harder 90, and then come over here. But we'll see how much fabrication work we have to do. Probably gonna try and mock it up on the truck with the MIG welder, and then probably pull it all off, then TIG weld it all together. That's the plan anyways. We're gonna see how it goes. Let's get to work. Having a blast. O2 sensor seized in there. How do you even get the spare tire down? I've never even tried. Do I have to unlock this thing? Very curious to see what we find under here. This thing has not been down since it went up on the assembly line in 2018. How come they didn't put tires this good on from the factory? This thing came with a junk set of Michelins. These actually have some decent tread. Anyways, what we're after right there is that O2 sensor connection, because that thing seized on. So let's get that off and get the rest of this exhaust pipe out. Am I on fire? I was just walking around the outside of my garage and I saw something that I'm not too psyched about. Carpenter ants. You know, the kind that can eat wood and, you know, for example, eat the walls of this garage. Thankfully, I think I got a solution for that, and that's Pesty. Pesty is a do-it-yourself pest control subscription that ships professional-grade, EPA-registered pesticides and application tools directly to your door. Getting rid of pests can be tricky. In the past, you go to the big box store, buy some weird chemical that costs a bunch of money, and you have to figure out how to apply it. Usually not safe for pets or humans. Pesty's nothing like that. It takes all the guesswork out of it. They're going to ship you a catered solution based on your climate, location, and the pests you're trying to control. Applying Pesty could not be easier. Simply fill the bag to the indicated line, add the pesticide, shake it up, and you're ready to spray. The adjustable sprayer makes it easy to control the size of your fan, and a simple up-down, side-to-side movement ensures you create a complete barrier around your home. I was able to do my whole garage and the whole perimeter of my house in less than 10 minutes. So no matter what kind of pest you guys have, if you guys are looking to get rid of it, give Pesty a try. Use my code Chris10 for an extra 10% off your order. Hate ants. Shoo! Dang. All mocked up, all tacked up. It's a little ugly right now, but we will get it. Combination of MIG and TIG'd in. And then we'll paint anything that is MIG'd, and we should be good to go. Got the exhaust hanger kind of tacked in back there too. Tip came out exactly where I want it. Woo! Man, fab work always makes such a mess no matter which way you try to spin it. Looks like we're halfway through the mini tub project again, for those of you guys that were around for that. All right, let's get this axle back down bring it over to the welding bench, get it all welded up, painted up, and hopefully get it back on the truck. Maybe before midnight, go to bed at a reasonable hour. Let's see, let's get back to work. Never mind. Alright, well, I think it's just about midnight, and the exhaust tip is on. I think it looks awesome. Bleeding, a little bit. Spent, as usual, way too long getting the fitment absolutely perfect, but it did pay off. My goal was to have it fit exactly like the stock tip, which was basically flush with this body line and parallel with this body line right here. So it's, you know, the bumper kind of slopes up right there, so we didn't want it parallel with that, but it is parallel with that body line right there and totally flush with that right there. So it sticks basically with the stock rear tires, perfectly flush again with that body line and the rear tire, and tucked up way more. The factory exhaust tip was like, I feel like there was like 3 inches of gap between the bodies, so I tucked it up like 3/4 of an inch up front there. Should be plenty for this plastic to stay cool enough, and man, does it look tidy. Here it is, all tucked under there. No one is ever gonna see this but you and I, but was gonna TIG weld everything, but then realized my gaps were pretty terrible because of the smorgasbord of pipes I had here. That bend right there is a 4-inch aluminized piece left over from a turbo C6 build I did back in the day. I didn't even end up using those 3.5-inch elbows I bought, so we'll save those for another project. But anyways, the fit up was pretty bad, so I just decided to smash it together with the hot glue gun and then paint everything that wasn't 304 stainless. Turns out the factory exhaust is not 304 stainless either. It's either aluminized steel or 430 because it was magnetic. I originally sprayed it with a metallic silver, and then I realized that that made my welds look even worse, so I went with some flat black. That's still drying. Again, if you're directly behind me, that's going to dry flat black. It should blend in with the rest of the truck. And really all you should see is the tip anyways. It's solid, it's not going to rust, it's not going to leak. And man, does it look sharp. It's really hard to get a feel for it when it's kind of cramped in here in the garage, but as usual, and there's a CTSV in the way, but as usual, what appeared to be a massive exhaust tip in your hand really kind of shrinks down when it's on a massive, massive truck. And I'm sure it will look even smaller once we've got some true meaty 35s on there. But of course, we're doing this thing no justice here in the garage, and especially when the truck is absolutely filthy. So I'm probably gonna be up early. We'll get this thing finally completely washed up on the exterior. See how it really looks outside. Then finally get these beautiful wheels and Nitto Terra Grappler G3s on. Catch you guys tomorrow. Seven years this wrap has been on here. Let's see what it looks like under there. Just finished cleaning it. Already pollen. Tough time of year to own black vehicles, let me tell you. But guys, the 23 or what, 24 plus limited and platinum plus wheels are on with the brand new Nitto Terra Grappler G3s. Oh my goodness, what an incredible looking OEM wheel setup. I am in love. These wheels are so sick. The Terra Grapplers have super aggressive tread pattern, literally flush with the body lines, which is awesome. RIP to my original tailgate applique wrap. I had this thing wrapped by my buddy back in 2019 when I first got the truck, so 7 years ago, and it's finally had it, you guys. So I tried to polish it, see if I could get some of whatever that mold or failed stuff was off, and it just wasn't working. So the reason I had wrapped it way back in the day was because this truck was the most expensive thing I had ever bought, and I didn't want to break this thing taking it apart, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like it being black. So the wrap was meant to be temporary, and then I was going to paint it, but it lasted for 7 years. But now it's a little bit more common. Guys take these off, paint them, probably leave the platinum part, you know, just the way it was, leave that cut out. So add that to my list. Take this off. I think there's just a bunch of reverse Christmas trees on the side. I don't know if there's any bolts that need to be undone from the inside of the tailgate. Ford guys, let me know. Exhaust tips so far, I'm absolutely in love. Like I said, on the truck, now that we have room to take a step back, I think that it is much more fitting for a full-size diesel pickup. I don't think it looks too big just yet. We'll see what I think in a few weeks, but right now, really, really like it, especially with a big meaty tire on there. All right, this thing is super low on diesel, so we're gonna go get some fuel. I'm anxious to see how these G3s drive. My G2s always drove beautifully, so I don't expect any less from these, but let's go fill this thing up now that it's finally looking good for the first time in months. Ouchie, ouchie. All right, first impressions of my new wheel and tire setup here. Obviously, those Ford wheels look incredible. Absolutely in love with them. Impressions of the new Terra Grappler G3s. Uneventful, which is exactly what I'm looking for and exactly what this tire is designed for. It's designed for someone who wants the versatility of an all-terrain tire, but that wants it to be quiet. It's designed for a light-duty to heavy-duty truck just like this, where 90% of the time I'm gonna be driving this thing around town or towing, so I want the tires to be comfortable, quiet, good in the snow, good in the ice, good in the rain, but still able to go off-road once in a while. If I gotta hit a Class 6 road or someone I know lives on a dirt road, these tires are gonna be able to handle it. But most importantly, they are silent around town. This thing is so comfortable, so soft right now. The loudest thing I can hear is the AC right now because it is hot today, but the tires themselves, if I turn this down, silent. All you can hear is the clacking of the 6.7 here. There's no tire noise at all, which is kind of surprising because it's got an awesome looking aggressive tread pattern. The sidewall looks sweet. Definitely more aggressive than the previous G2s, but literally no louder, if not more quiet. My G2s were the best tire I've ever used in the snow. I drive this thing obviously all year round. We picked up the BMW M5 earlier this year in the middle of a snowstorm, and the G2s handled every bit of it. Every time I've driven this truck in the snow with the G2s, it's like you're not even on snow, and I'm not just saying that. I've had the G2s for a lot longer than I've had a relationship with Nitto, and they've always been good to me, and I'm sure that the G3s are going to continue to do so. So if you guys are looking for a light duty or heavy duty truck tire for your F-150, F-250, F-350, Silverado, Tacoma, whatever you got, and you need it to be good around town, in the snow, in the ice, in the mud, but still be quiet and comfortable, definitely check out the new Nitto Terra Grappler G3. I'm very impressed so far. So now that we've made the truck drive awesome, let's go make it ride a little bit rougher and worse by getting rid of all the sidewall. Wheel and tire setup number 3 today. My lower back is not happy. three wheel swaps basically, or 3 different sets of wheels were on this truck today. I am absolutely beat. Stayed up way too late last night finishing up the exhaust, which I think I love, by the way. It's just the perfect OEM plus touch. What in the Florida Georgia line, Morgan Wallen concert, mall crawling, Wrangler jeans 5000 are those? Wheel setup number 3, of course, same as last year. Got these Axe Forged 26 by 14s. These are the AF12s. Absolutely love these wheels. Summer blades are on, boys. Yeah, again, you take a step back. Me personally, I love how the exhaust tip tucks up better than the factory one does. It's just a little bit more appropriate for, you know, an F-350 with 1,000+ foot-pounds of torque. Anyways, kind of a bummer about my wrap there, but again, we'll just peel that off and paint it. Oh yeah, got the Lightning out of storage. Got a couple things to do with that, but nothing major. Probably gonna be my summer daily driver for now. I absolutely love that thing. But yeah, speaking of ready for summer, this truck is now fully ready for summer. I probably, a couple little things. Like I said, we gotta paint that rear applique. I probably should run a polisher over this thing. It hasn't been ceramic coated in 4 or 5 years now. And it does live outside 365 days a year, but we'll get to that. It looks pretty darn good. The frame could probably use a coat of tractor paint or something, but for being 7 years old and living outside its whole life, this thing is ready for summer, ready for towing duties. But that is going to do it for this video, you guys. Hope you guys like the occasional diesel content. I don't have this truck on the channel all that often, but that's because I need it. I use it, you know. It does sit on the side of the house a lot of the time, but when I need it, I find a good project, I need to go get it quickly because it's a good deal. This thing is always ready to roll, always ready to tow, whatever. So I try not to mess with it too much, but let me know what you guys think about diesel content. Should we buy a project diesel truck? You know, I love my single cab, so let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys as always for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe, you know, that's free. Help support the channel. Grab a t-shirt, sullivan-co.com. I'll catch you guys in the next one.